should start, which it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why it's not starting. So for now we'll just have to wait. Okay, let me try and refresh the page. Maybe I think that's a good idea in general. Let's get these lines off. So where is the hammer is actually back. Why are we not starting, Mr. Hammer?
That is not entirely clear to me, but I am trying to talk to the league people to find out what the delay is. So just keep on doing what you do best.
Yeah. I have to say it's a little uncomfortable. I expected to be able to sort of talk about the game by now, and instead we're just here making idle talk while nothing is happening. So that's a bit of a pity. Oh, there we go. Roman Yanchenko. Sorry, I have just no idea who that is, but I went 1A3 in one of my games earlier this week, so I'm gonna go 1H3 this time. So D5. What's the idea now? Let's go C4. Clemens opening. That's what they're calling it right here. I had no idea it was called that. C6. It's a bit of a wimpy move, no? Okay, let's go knight f3. I think he's... I mean, the thing is now if I go like CD5, CD5, pawn is actually okay on H3 because I'm going to put the bishop on F4, and so I think he's played this about the worst possible way. But again, it's not a disaster for him by any means, but this is about the most you can get when you're playing H3 on the first move. And then yeah, I mean, maybe it's a bit disappointing to get a position like this when you play such a first move, but just because your first move is bad doesn't mean that the rest of your moves have to be. That's a good rule. So how you start a game doesn't necessarily matter so much. It's how you follow it up that counts. This is water, by the way. I'm trying to save the hammer and the environment by using a non-reusable glass that it doesn't have to wash. So yeah, A6. I cannot say I'm loving his play, but I mean, I'm just a little bit better. Shouldn't be hating too much. So now after knight A5, I'm gonna go queen B4, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll play B5 with the idea of A4. This immediately. So now it's kind of threatening. knight a5, so I thought I should go for knight e5 and then maybe plant the queen on b4 after knight a5. Because if you just continue normally here, then his bishop on g7 is badly out of play, and I'll have a pleasant advantage, and also he has some potential weaknesses along the c file, as well as this a4 move that could be coming up. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I think I'm a bit better. Maybe he'll go knight e4 now, try to trade off some pieces. But even if he gets to trade a bit, I still have a persistent advantage. So the thing is, now we're actually playing with our chess.com ratings. Is that's why we have these strange ratings? Because usually we'd put our normal ratings there, and the games would be unrated. So it doesn't really matter to me. Just curious to see. So yeah, that was kind of expected. Could go knight d5 here, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. I don't wanna screw this up by miscalculating. So I just wanna play it simple, and then I should be able to get him eventually. So now if he takes, he's gonna have a bit of counterplay with e5 and so on, but I think my my trumps with yeah, with the pass one is going to be more important. So okay, that was interesting. I have a few alternatives now. But again, I don't wanna make it too complicated. Okay, so we got, well, rook d1 looks very, very tempting. But now I'm a little bit confused. Okay, yeah, once again, I'm not gonna rock the boat. Actually, not too thrilled about the way I've been playing this. Since I thought a4 would be strong here, but maybe then he takes, and after d4 he gets a bit of counterplay. Okay, so I'm gonna try and play a bit more subtly. Now I'm threatening a4, and I'm also keeping an eye on his d4 break still. So I suppose he may be calculating d4 at this point, but I'm gonna take ed, rook d4, queen e5, rook d1, queen a1, rook a1, or you can go rook d1, queen d1, bishop a2. Maybe that's his best chance actually. But then still after, let's say bishop f3 followed by c6, I should have very good chances. But anyway, I think you should go for d4, because otherwise, if I get a4, if I can play a4, then I think I'm just much better. So yeah, he goes for d4. I don't have to take, but okay, I'm not gonna. Think too much about unnecessary things. Okay. Maybe I don't have that much actually. Maybe I overestimated my position here. But I do feel as though my c pawn is going to be very, very strong here. And the thing again is, folks, this h3 move is very, very useful. Play it on the first move, and then you never have to worry about heir for your king again. Okay, so c6. So now what I'm wondering about is queen d6. If then... Okay, I don't have so many other moves, so I should go for it. So you can go for queen e1, king h2, queen f2, then I'll have the intermediate check maybe on e5. Maybe that's not even necessary. Maybe I can go c7, but feels like since his queen is a bit misplaced, that I should be winning there. You know, h5, I don't think you have time for that. c7. You could also take it on h3. But then, I mean, I think GH and then C7 should be very good, but I cannot with a good conscience say that I saw that move, so it's a little dumb. It should probably follow it up with H4, but then bishop G4 becomes an issue as well. So maybe he could also have tried A5 on the previous move, and then just BA B4 run, because yeah, this H5 move is just too slow. So okay, he just played king h7, so there should be absolutely no reason why I don't have time to go king h2 myself. And now the position ought to be winning. One of the reasons why I need to go king h2 is that once I move the queen from this diagonal, then queen c1 to f4 becomes the thing. So yeah, so it's better to move the king first, at least practically speaking. So yeah, queen c1, that makes a whole lot of sense, but I don't actually have to rock the boat at this point. I mean, I can just go bishop b7, pick up a6. I can maybe at some point go queen e6, especially if I've played g3 first, but there doesn't seem to be any reason to do that. So I'm just going to take on a6, and as long as I keep the queen on d6, he's never going to have anything that even resembles a perpetual. So now I can take on e6, but I don't particularly want to do that. Just gonna go queen f4 instead. Oh, maybe he has. Okay, so here there are actually some lines to calculate if I do that. Like queen f4, you can go g5. If I then take, you can take on c7. So I can go c8 first. Then if bishop c8, I have queen f7, but he goes queen c8 instead. Then queen e4, bishop f5. And yeah, maybe that simply doesn't work. So also queen c5 is possible. Yeah, I'm just gonna go queen c5 actually. Just win prosaically, as they say. So takes b4, c8, takes b4, now b3, bishop a6 back, and he cannot stop the pawn that will be running from c8, so from c5, so that's going to be game. And also from c5 my queen protects the c1 square, so if he moves the queen, let's say to e4 and then f4, I can just go king g1 and there won't be any perpetual. Just make sure I take with the bishop on c8, not the queen. So that's gonna be queen f4, one check, and then game over. And unfortunately for Mr. Yanchenko. Yeah, okay, I don't know why he's thinking so long here. There really isn't much to talk about at this point. So now I just want to play bishop b5, put the bishop on f1, and then my king is so safe. Can even go f3 here. Then after queen e1, just take on b5, queen g3, king g1, or even king h1, then queen g. But okay, yeah, I can only. I'm actually gonna go f3 just for fun. Okay, so he resigned. That was about time. So let's try and check out some of the other Norwegian guys. Vincent Masuka, that is not the forensic analyst from Dexter. That is Torbjörn, my teammate and former coach. He's embarked on a bit of a speculative attack, as he often does, but he's got some positional trumps, like this square for the knight. So the only problem for him is that this pawn might be running. So, but I really think that this rook d3 move wasn't particularly good on Mr. Thomas Rendel's part. Let's see also if Arjan is still playing. Apparently made a draw. Well, that's not a disaster.
Apparently Elham made it to the first round.
Yeah, Hammer is saying Elham made it to the first round. Our fourth board guy, and wow, he played a Norwegian league game today. I don't know how he did in the game, but to make it to the round is impressive. So now Torbjorn has invaded with his queen. That's why I said rook d3, at least practically speaking, was a poor move, at least if you follow it up this way. Now I think if rook takes f3, then queen f4 is gonna, queen f8 is gonna happen. Then if rook takes f2, can I make these moves on the board, or like queen f2, queen f8, rook takes f2, king h3, bishop f1, rook f1. That's it, no more checks, and there's gonna be mate on g7. So we did something else. Knight to g6, but now e7 looks absolutely killing to me. And that's what Torbjorn did. So this should be a trivial win for white at this point. So that's the way it is. Apparently something is wrong now. I don't know how to do this, so the hammer is gonna have to fix it.
Just make sure you always have 2 games up here.
2 games. Yeah, that's okay. And we actually stumbled upon a pretty exciting one. Lenich against Christian Holm. One of our, but he's on our rival Norwegian team, so we would rather just want to follow our main Norwegian guys. And yeah, now knight f6 followed by queen b7 or queen a7 or queen c7 is mates. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's just see it. There are no, but black doesn't even have a threat. These pieces are horribly misplaced at this point, so black botched this pretty badly. Rook g7, queen f7, and that is mate. Let's just see what we have here. Any players that I know? A series chess against Fabiano Caruana? That's yesterday, I think. Yeah, maybe we should follow the game we had up earlier. Michelangelo against in-between move. So now, okay, so I have to.
Apparently you messed it up again.
Yeah, I have to just get another game as well. Okay. So yeah, it looks very promising for black with a bunch of pawns, and but his knights are a bit stuck. He really needs to remove this knight from g4 and to get g4 going with the pawn. So at this point I would suggest just knight g5. If rook f1, it's knight e3, king king f2 and g4. I mean, just go, because yeah, that's what he's going for. Rook h1 is probably the best move now. Then yeah, you continue queen f6 and or rook d6. I suppose I mean, black may be lost here, but practically speaking, it's not clear at all. Yeah, just rook d6. Rook d6. Keep the queen for other. Maybe gf3 was possible actually. Maybe that was even a very good move, but yeah, again, practically speaking, it feels good to play rook d6 now. Rook d8 is also coming. Queen is coming to g5. Yeah, queen g5 I would like to. I'm not sure if I like g3. Giving the white knight back a square in f3, and unless he has some tactical justification, I think that was a poor move. Now the knight is coming back to f3, and that's going to be a game. Probably. Well, okay, knight f5 was probably good too. e4, just knight e4. And this game is over. Yeah, just now. Rook f1, whatever. Black is 2 pieces down with no threats whatsoever. So let's check out any other games. These guys, Johannes have, yeah, he's losing. Queen g7 is mate. Now we have a problem again, so I just have to. We got Melkumian. Seems like he's in Australia at the moment. I don't know what he's doing there, but Melkumian is a second of Levaronian, and good player and also a nice guy. And here he looks to have the upper hand actually, since he has an active king and the bishop is much stronger than the knight. So just king d2, trap the knight. Well, queen c4. White is still fighting, but let's say bishop e3. It should be excellent for black. And Melkumian is going for it. So when does my next game start? Actually, 2 minutes. Ah, that's nice. I don't have to wait for too long. Queen d7, now queen d5, and that's game. That is absolutely over. Let's see. People are saying I should turn the volume up. Is that right, Mr. Hammer?
You should speak up. Mr.
I should
Carlsen.
speak up. I don't want to shout.
Well, sometimes you.
Don't wanna make people uncomfortable. Okay, so Mr. Fontaine is fighting a bit, but now, yeah, king e2, threatening g4 also. Let's follow this one. I like this game. It's completely winning for black, but with so little time, you never know what's gonna happen. King 2, yeah, king f2 or king d2, whatever. White needs to get the pawns going. Now bishop b2. Yep. That was alert. That was very alert. Okay. Couple of more minutes. If the game starts at 5:30, that's gonna be the next one. And who's going to be my next opponent? That's the question. Doesn't look like there are any games going at this point, since games I got here in the feed are all old. They've finished, so it doesn't seem like there are any games going on right now. Sort of makes sense because these guys went all the way with 64 moves and.
Wow.
Hammer's going wow. Why?
Armenia beat Stockholm 3.5 a half.
I need some context. Why is that wow material?
Stockholm is very good. They're leading the other division.
Huh.
But you have to repeat. People can't hear what I say, so you need to repeat, I think.
Yeah, so what Hammer is saying is that Armenia is beating Stockholm, which is very much a wow thing. People are wondering if I'm happy with the Levante against Madrid game yesterday, 2-2. I don't see why I shouldn't. It was a fun game and exciting right till the very end. So and people in chat can hear him, Mr. Hammer. They can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, let's get the next game going. And now we got Liverpool against Tottenham as well. It's gonna be a real distraction here in the background. What do I think about LeBron joining the Warriors? Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. That's a bit too much. That is a bit too much. If that happens, then the game is dead. It's just no fun anymore. The Warriors was so much fun without Durant, and now it's unfair. Although they did lose yesterday, but anyway. So now I should once the game starts, then I should open another board, right? Even though mine is the only one that's playing. So I open one game, which this is actually a fun thing. It's the game between Shakhmediyarov and Karana from yesterday, in which Fabi made a draw in a one position, which was pointed out by the Hammer earlier today. So let's just get my previous game. Some nice memories. And there we have, wow, Georg Meyer. E4? You're kidding. This guy has been playing one knight f3 for many years. Okay, let me go e5. See what you got. Bishop b5. So I went bishop b4 in the previous game against Grigorians in the protest. So let's see if he's prepared against that. He could have. Georg is a serious guy, so he might have actually prepared it. If he has, then that kind of sucks for me, because this opening is not very good. It's not good at all. So I mean, the whole point of this is that if you go c3 plus d4, then I take cd and then d5, and that's sort of okay for black. But he has some other good options. So that's actually what Grigorians did, and then I did get a good game.
Apparently, Liverpool has scored a goal, and my Chromecast went out of.
So who scored for Liverpool? If it's anybody but Salah or Firmino, then that's bad news, because they're both in my fantasy team. And otherwise, I'm not so sure I like it. And people in the chat are saying Salah, and that's kind of good. That's Hammer's captain, right?
No, I capped Azar.
I Hammer capped Azar. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I'm that thrilled about Salah scoring, because I don't have him as captain, and basically all good teams have him in the team. So I'm gonna lose to people who captained him. I did captain Aguero this round, by the way, which was sort of a disaster. But anyway, yeah. Let's see what's happening. So actually, I think Grigorians went queen a4 at this point, or maybe he took on d5 first. But Georg is having a big thing, so clearly he doesn't know this line too well. So bishop c6. Okay, I'm just gonna go knight c6. I mean, after ed5. I mean, this is such a boring way to play. I mean, why would you give up the bishop? Why, Georg? Okay. I think bishop g4 should be good here. Just bishop c7, rook c8. And then knight a5. I should have very good Petrov. I used to play the Petrov once upon a time, by the way. It's a long time ago. But Not anymore. I've moved on to other boring openings instead. He may go h3, but then I will take queen f3, rook c8, just protect the pawn. And okay, can never really be worse. I have to say I'm far from a fan of the way Garrick has played this. Like, he doesn't even have a shred of an advantage here, and my position is easier to play. I don't think I'm better, really, but I have excellent compensation. And now that he put his bishop on g3, also h3 doesn't actually force bishop f3. That's not a legal move. Okay, I was just clicking like crazy there. Okay, so now his idea is obviously rook e5, and I cannot say that I saw this move rook e1. That was a good one. I can play bishop f3 and then take. That's a dull way to play though. I don't want to play that way, but maybe I sorta have to. Like then rook e5, I go queen d8, queen d2. Maybe I can go rook f3 then with a point of gf3, knight c4. But he's gonna take on a5 and it's gonna be really dull anyway, which I'm not thrilled about. So I can go knight c4, but then he goes queen d3, and he's sort of saved all his guys. So I'm going to try and make it a little more complicated for him, I think, by just going rook e8. That wasn't a good move. That was a terrible move, actually. That was not a good move. I realize now I probably have to trade later on anyway. Sorry? Okay. I'm not so sure about this one, actually. So now I'm going to get my bishop to c6. And with a real yummy diagonal. And it's going to be some serious light squared business here. He can go queen b4, but then at the very least I can go like bishop c6, maybe queen c5 if he really tries to wimp out. But then maybe I can even go rook e1 and queen a2, who knows. Or I can just go b6 takes, bishop d5. Absolutely fine. But again, the challenge here is finding those winning chances. Okay, so knight c4, queen a7, and his queen is not trapped. See, it both has queen to c5, and if I go b6, he'll have a square on c7. So I should go bishop c6 anyway. It's a little bit cold in here, Mr. Hammer. You should turn up the heat.
If I do so, it will make a noise that's disruptive to the stream.
That's okay.
I can turn on this one.
You can turn, yeah. For those who don't know, it's really, really cold in Norway these days. It's minus 10 Celsius. And it's much worse on the countryside. That's just in Oslo. In the countryside, it's terrible. So when I was little, I actually liked the winter. I liked it a lot, but now I've grown used to higher temperatures, and these long winters are not as nice as they used to be. So basically, I have to trade queens, which is a bit of a pity, but I still have excellent compensation. Thanks to his bishop being a bit out of play, and this pawn on c3, and also the one on a2 being weak. But yeah, I'm probably not better, unfortunately. I think he should trade on e8 here first, since now okay, he does have some rook d7 stuff, but it's a difficult choice, actually. Whether I should trade first or go bishop d5 immediately. Okay, I'm just gonna go bishop d5. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So it looks like Liverpool is indeed leading 1-0. That wasn't a false alarm. And if that is indeed Salah who scored, then that's okay.
Salah definitely scored. I'll find out assist.
Yeah. Let's see. You should trade on e8 here. There's not so much.
No assist given.
No assist given. Wow. It's a rebound, maybe.
No, it was one-on-one with the keeper. I managed to see it on my phone before I managed to get it on the TV.
So he probably just kind of stole the ball and then went? Or what?
Yeah, probably.
So now, I mean, the logical thing to do is just to go rook e1 and then f6. Really like f6, just taking away even more squares for his sad sack pieces. For all this talk, he's still okay, by the way. You can go rook e3, f knight c4, then rook e7, and it's fine for him. So shouldn't be too excited. So, okay, knight c4, I probably need to go for this. a5. Knight h4, I can go g6. So that's not a problem. His knight is not actually coming into to f5. So I've got a couple of ways, like knight b2 takes a4, or bishop bishop c6 takes a4. So he's not going to be up material for long. I would, in his shoes, probably just go h5 here, because he's not going to hold the queen side. Knight a4 is going to win another pawn, and he really needs some counterplay. I think rook d7, bishop f3, followed by knight a4 is also a bit too slow. Maybe even after h5, I can go bishop f3 and then knight a4. But I think he's going to do one of those two things. That would be my guess. Because if he just lets me take on a4 next, that's going to be pretty bad. Even after, let's say, rook c7, then then I think I can just trade, take on a4 and run. So he has gone h5. So I have a couple of ways to deal with that. Okay, I really, really want to take on f3 actually. Just want to eliminate all counterplay. Looks a bit stupid to trade off my bishop for this dumb knight of his, but and if he goes d5, knight c3, d6, then I have knight d5, and since I'm threatening his rook, I'm back in time. Yeah. It's not a trivial win still, it has to be said. But I think I'm gonna get there. If he goes like rook b7, then I have time for rook d8, and yeah, so we went rook a7, which makes a lot of sense, but the only issue with that is that he's not threatening, but I should go rook d8 anyway. Actually not sure I did this too brilliantly, but that's the way it is. Knight c3, so d7, I have king f7, and he has nothing. And I really wanna, after rook b7, just go b5. d7 then. Oh, I didn't see that. I can push the pawn to a2 now. Okay, now I actually have to calculate. A4, rook b6, a3, rook a6, a2, king e1, rook b8, d7. Ah, that doesn't work. Oh boy. That was less than clever. Okay, I should go back. Or should I go to a4? So I can go knight a4, king e2, rook d7, king e3, king f6, king d4, king e6. But his king is getting active. I don't like one bit. Okay, I'm just gonna go back. Admit to my previous mistake. It's not that easy to make progress. Okay, let's try and bring the king over. Maybe that was a blunder actually on his part, since now I get knight to b5. He also doesn't have a good square for the king, because if he goes king e3, then knight b5, rook b7, knight d6, rook b6, and he's gonna get forked. Okay. So now it should be relatively easily winning. Although I'm still not sure. Oh, that was a bad move. Yeah, so maybe I can just go. Just gonna go rook a7 actually. Because rook b2 is not in time. King f7 takes, king e6. King b3, king f5. And I win the h pawn. I just want to go h6 to stop him from trading too many things. I haven't played this well at all. Huh. This is just so bad. I used to be like at least half decent at endings. Okay, so I'm gonna get to the fifth, but he's going for. Oh man. So takes. My plan was rook e7, but then rook d2, and I cannot cross. Okay, rook a5. I just gotta go at this point. I wanted something clearer than this, but this is what I'm gonna get. So can I go rook b5 now and cut off his king? Still feel like I have to cut off his king. Why didn't I go to d1? I thought he was going king. Okay, it's winning, but the technique is embarrassing. So okay, the fact that he's running with his king doesn't really matter, because it's not. So once I go, okay, I'm just gonna go for this. Okay, so what I'm looking at now is h4, rook h7, takes in g6, rook h4, king g5, rook h1, f4, rook e1. That's a draw. Okay, so I gotta go. Why didn't I go king f6 earlier on?
I was gonna say.
Wow. Wow. That was a terrible endgame. Wow. Wow. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah. That was awful. Man, I gotta take a little break before the next game. They're only 5 minutes before the next game.
Yeah. Do you want me to take over?
No, I need some energy. Give me some snacks, something.
Can I offer you some dinner?
Yeah, sure.
Or you want candy?
No, I want dinner is excellent.
Jeg har brunmos og appelsinmus. Og så har jeg middag. Jeg tar en fat middag til deg.
Ja, gjør det. Wow. Are there any other games going? Not good. Not good at all. Terrible. Okay. Let's try and get the next one. Our guy Elam is still playing. He's a queen down. It's not gonna end well. Not gonna end well. At all. That's the thing though. I go on stream. I show everybody how little I actually see. Ai, ai, ai.
Det ble litt kaldt. Men det er godt.
Okay. So we got some spaghetti a la hammer here. Thank you very much. But you don't have a microwave actually, no? Or you do? Okay.
I can heat it if you want.
It's okay. So it's still 1-0 to Liverpool. How is the game, guys? What am I missing? Man. Yeah, I should stop complaining. I won, so who cares? I care. I do care. I don't like playing poorly. Games are gonna start in 2 minutes. Means I have time for a little break. So the hammer will come and entertain you people meanwhile.
Okay, what's up? Thank you, French Horn, for subscribing. Dude Dara wants to see the spaghetti. Of course, I would only provide a home-cooked meal for the world champion. None of that takeout stuff. Yes, it was cold. But in fairness, I did offer him dinner before he came on. So this is a very nice hammer plate of spaghetti. Ivan in the chat wonders what is the score after 2 rounds, and to be honest, I don't know because I'm having internet problems with Magnus having essentially hijacked my main computer. I'm on a wireless connection, which is spotty at best. Yeah. You back?
Yep. And ready to go. Oh. So I'm playing Walter Spoolman. Somebody... I don't think he's a professional chess player anymore. I played him in the European Under-12 Championship in 2002. Met him for the first time. And then I actually played Knight E2. No, I played Knight C3 and moved to Knight C6, Knight E2. I don't know if I was trying to avoid something or just trying to be cool. I was probably just trying to be cool. But then he actually went E5 after Knight C3, Knight E2, and that was supposed to be bad, but I'm not sure it is. So we got ourselves a closed Sicilian, which I have been playing a bit recently. I don't know why. I think there is some concrete reason why Queen E2 is not so good in this position, but if I don't remember why, he probably doesn't either, so. Now, G6. Yeah, let's go H4. Try to force him to make a decision. What's it gonna be? Bishop G7? Immediately? Or... Nah, I'm not too sure about H5 though. He's badly weakening those dark squares, as they're called. And those weaknesses are not going away. And they're going to be relevant whether he chooses to castle kingside or queenside for that matter. Since even if, let's say he goes for a queenside castling, then usually you really need h6 and then g5 as counterplay. Well, now he doesn't have it, so I'm gonna get the bishop on g5 and I'm gonna be pretty happy. So yeah, it's also a thing that maybe some people who play just gonna take away the d4 square. Well, one of the things here is that maybe some players who play the Sicilian aren't that used to playing the King's Indian attack, as that's more French players' turf. The opening, not the nationality. And they might be a little less experienced there. So now I have a very nice position. The standard way would just be, you know, knight f d2, knight f1, and so on. But I don't see what it's doing there, so I'd much rather just go h4, not a4, and then knight to a3. And then yeah, then just bring the knight to b5. I'm not too worried about these moves, as I can just protect. I am a bit tempted to try knight b5, but yeah, you know me. I don't want to rock the boat unless I have to. I don't actually listen to Taylor Swift. That was bullshit. Danny asked me to say that.
I do.
Yeah, I'm not saying I dislike Taylor Swift. I'm just saying I don't listen to it. So 1-0 to Liverpool. So he finally goes for kingside castling, but bishop h3 is looking very tempting. Unless he can blow the position open with f5, ef, e5 at some point here, which I really don't believe in, then I'm just gonna have a very, very easy game here. Not an easy win, but an easy game to play. So queen d7. I really don't see why I cannot just take on g4 and go knight g5. I rather want to go knight g5 than yeah, the only thing is maybe I should bring the knight first, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the knight first. As long as I have time for it. Still want to hang the a4 pawn at some point. And also knight h6, queen d2. I also have b4 at some point. Not anymore now that I probably have to play c4, but yeah, so he's gonna try and get something in the long diagonal, but it feels pretty unrealistic to me. I should take back what I'm saying. I think I actually kind of messed this up now that I'm thinking. Since it is getting a bit of counterplay down the... Yeah, I should talk less, play better. So I can take on g4, then go knight h2. But he's getting counterplay. My knight on c2 really sucks. Need to get that knight into play. But how? The thing is though, if I go bishop g4, h4, knight g5, you can go knight e5, bishop e5, queen c6, and there is serious trouble along the diagonal, which is why my last moves haven't been very good. And I can go knight h2 instead after taking on g4, but it's also not so clear. I probably don't have a choice, do I? I don't like it one bit, but gotta do what you gotta do. You can go f5 now. I have to take rook f6, knight g4, rook f4, gf, then e5, something like that. This knight on c2 is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. That's why I don't like my position. I mean, he can go knight e5 here as well. It's not a disaster for him. Like bishop e5, queen c6. I go f3, gf, queen f2, maybe f6. Then I can take on d4 perhaps with the bishop, cd4, knight d4. Who knows? But it's not a comfortable game for me anymore. That's for sure. I'm liking the fact that he's spending time though. If I was black, I would just go. I'd just go for it. Because he doesn't have that much to lose, in the sense that kingside is well, g4 is falling, so he needs to do something before yeah, before he just loses that pawn and probably the game. So he does need to rock the boat. Okay, so he's going for this. Also, if he took on e5 first and then gf3, then I think I could this is very unclear. This is definitely in the region of far from comfortable. Like, I mean, I could have gone bishop f4 after f6, but then e5, and my position is horrible, so I have to go for this. Now he's probably gonna go. He could go f5, but I'm gonna go d4 then. And probably take his bishop later anyway, so it's not gonna make a huge difference. So I'm expecting rook e8. I'm gonna take on g7, then try to go d4, and plug his bishop, and then we see. I am probably better. I think I'm better, but oof, no. It's not really my kind of chess. Could go rook e1, then rook e8. Obviously cannot take on a4 then, because rook e7 is coming. So you can go rook e8, takes maybe. So he went for this, which kind of confuses me, because I didn't think that would work. Rook e1. Now if rook e8, I go d5. I think I'm going to be a lot happier than I have been over these last few moves. I could have gone d5 immediately. It just feels nice to have the rook on e1. Also, if queen e4 now, I just go, oh no, that was a bad miss. Oh no, that's terrible. That's why I should have gone d5. That's what I should have thought for a bit, at least.
Are you losing?
No, I'm not losing. I just don't like my position at all. I don't think I'm losing, at least. Maybe I am losing. Who knows?
You're not really filling the captain with confidence.
Yeah. Man, oh man. So I mean, I can go for I can go for queen f6, but that looks like he should have at least a perpetual. Maybe I am losing. That would be terrible. Can go king f1? Maybe I have to go king f1. Yeah, then maybe I'm losing. Huh. So he's going for it. Probably with very good reason. Should have gone rook b7 when I had a chance, maybe. It's awful. So bad. Kind of hoping for... I don't know what I'm hoping for even. Bishop a6 should win easily now. And king e3, rook, queen e4. Yeah, that was pretty bad. No, I mean the thing is, I just lost my concentration with this stupid rook e1 move. I should have gone d5, and then I should be doing excellently. Yeah, well done to my opponents. That was a good game, but no. Huh. Ay ay ay. What's going on here? I think first of all, I probably misplayed it a bit around here, since he had a bit more counterplay than I thought, and then when I actually went for this, yeah, still it should be good for me though. It's just that, yeah, just go d5 instead of rook e1, like for instance rook e8, then rook e1. This is sort of what I was looking at in the game, just with a different move order, and then Okay, on to the next one. Let's try and look at some other games instead. This was depressing. Wow. Let's have some more of the cursed spaghetti. I don't think that was the reason. Spaghetti was good, even if a bit cold.
I mean, you shouldn't even mention cursed spaghetti, because then the chat is just gonna become conspiracy theorists, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe the stupidest thing of all was this King F1 move that I made. Like, I could still have gone Rook B7, Queen F6, and it's yeah, it's an interesting game still. Yeah, once again, well done to him. It's not only about me playing poorly, he also did well. So 96. Are they there?
No.
So what have we got? We got 8 minutes till yeah, there are carrots in it. Hammer loves carrots. So yeah, there are a lot more games coming up today, so hopefully some of them will be better than this one. Okay, so what have we got? Any more games coming on? Ah, our boy Elon is still playing. Rook D2, come on, make a draw. Do what I couldn't. Make a draw. No, still Rook D2 is fine. Although now G5 and yeah, Rook D2 now. Rook D2.
Check first, no?
Man. Rook exchange equals draw. You should go for it. H6, H5, something. Okay. GH? That was a bit odd, no? Well, it's not an easy draw now. Rook to C2. I'm not trash talking. I'm just a fan, and I'm just sort of trying to cheer him on. Now he's doing wonderfully. He's gonna be up a pawn. he's gonna be up a pawn. It's a draw still, but he's gonna be up a pawn. Rook h4. I would prefer the bishop there, maybe. Or maybe this is better, actually. Yeah, it's actually better. I don't know why I'm giving suggestions. He's playing better than I am. So. It's low on time though, so we'll take a draw here. No, LM is not taking a draw. King h5. No. Yeah, king h5. Push. Yep. Keeping the game going. Now he's blundering a5. g5. I see a trap. No. I thought king f3, g4, king f4, bishop d6, king f5, rook f1, then king g4, rook f4, but king g5 still was there. Oh. Now he's no there you have g4. Rook e1 still. He's gonna take it. Yeah, take on e1. Get the game over with. And that's a draw. That is as clear as a draw as you'll ever get. Okay. So no more games. Now we're just waiting a few minutes before the next one starts. Exactly. Well done to our boy. Every half points that he can get is wonderful, and if he can start winning some games as well, then that will be excellent for his confidence, and as some people are saying, indeed in this particular round he was better than I was, so that's the way it is. So when is... Who is my next opponent? This is the question.
You want to know?
No. Just making small talk.
We're playing the London Alliance.
I said I didn't want to know. I was just making small talk.
Wow.
For real.
I'm sorry?
And who's playing for the London Lions?
Yeah, now I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah? I mean now you got me curious.
I think it's Gawain.
I just Gawain?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that will be a fun rematch. Man. Still bummed about the last game though. I had a perfect score before that. 10 out of 10. Now, boom, gone. And yeah, no, 10 out of 11. It's not nearly as fun. When does Magnus play Shunt? I'm curious too. So looking forward to playing Milkungan. If I am playing him. I might play Milkungan at some point. Do you know Hammer? Yes. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Oh, there we go. Min J Tran.
It's not Gawain?
Bro. Somebody from Wales, apparently, and I mean, there's somebody similar with that name who's pretty good, but I don't know who this is. 2344? Ah, that's the rating in here. So maybe it's actually pretty good. Like in real life. Got ourselves a Nimzo. So
No, you're not playing a Hunt because they are in the same division as us.
ah,
I'm confused.
that's so. People are saying Tran Tuan Min. But he's from. This has actually been. This one has been a Hammer favorite for many years. That is correct, right? This particular setup with Rook E8 and Bishop F8. But I'm pretty sure I'm the one who taught you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on 3 out of 3? Wow. If I'd known that. But if he is the Vietnamese guy, I think then he's pretty good. Like he did kind of well at the World Juniors. So okay, I don't know what to do here, so I'm just gonna do something more that looks more or less sensible. I mean, I have plans of going e4, d5, or also just something slower. I was gonna say more slow, but that's not how you speak. I mean, now that he's played b4, I'm kind of tempted to just go e4 and d5, since c4 square might be weak, and if he goes c5, well, at least then there's no pressure on my on the d5 pawn. So he's 54 FIDE. Yeah, then he's the guy who I think he is. Then he's pretty good.
1 in 97.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so he played the World Juniors last year. That makes a lot of sense actually. b5 is an odd move. Just gonna go knight b6. Could have taken on c4. Didn't even notice that was hanging. But okay, he goes bc and then knight g3 and he wins the pawn back. So probably wasn't very good. He can go c5 and then bishop b3, but worst case I can always hang out on a5 and then go back to c4 if I need to. So I'm not too worried about that. And also on c4, yeah, it's not clear whether the knight is well placed or poorly placed, but at least it's targeting e3, so it makes it more difficult for him to play f3 and open up for his bishop down here. The only thing that I dislike about my position is my bishop on f8. I really would have loved that to be on c7 instead. Rook b1. Okay, doesn't have any squares on the... kind of like queen c7, hinting at knight g4. Can also go bishop g4. Or h5. I like h5. Rook b4. I don't get that. I simply don't get that at all. Okay, I'm gonna go h4. He's not threatening to take on e4, as far as I can see. Maybe bishop d7. I lost one game and already I'm second guessing my moves. That is so miserable. Okay, I ended up doing something that I didn't intend to do at all. But okay, b6 is coming, so it's maybe not so dumb. You might think that the combination of h4 and then going for stuff on the queen side is kind of strange, but yeah, I think this inclusion is very useful for me in terms of getting a kingside attack going. I do have a choice though if he goes cb6, whether I should go ab6 and then knight f4. I don't want to allow the exchange sack, so I should go bishop b7. So maybe I'm just going to go knight b6 actually. And if he goes knight f4 immediately, then bishop a6 looks very good. It's an interesting position, but I think I'm better. Okay, so he goes bishop. Probably means that he intends, let's say bishop d7, he intends to take on c4, and then rook b4. But I don't like putting the bishop on a6, because then, let's say bishop c4, rook moves, bc, d5, my bishop is going to be out of play on a6. Okay. Just going to go bishop d7. I don't actually have to take. I can also go bishop e6. How's that? Like knight f4? Okay, I should take. So clearly I must be better here, but how should I play it? Bishop e6. Bishop e6 looks good. The only thing is that little bit worried about c6, bishop b4, a b4. Okay, whatever. I'll just go for it. So key line here is queen d8, rook d8, then knight d4, bishop c5, knight e6, bishop b4, rook, knight d8, bishop c3, and just winning. Yeah, queen d4, but now I think queen c7 should be really good. It's not. Maybe rook c8 is more precise. Knight a4 is possible. Looks horrible though. At the very least I can go queen c7 then. If knight a4 I can still take on c5. Takes. At least I'm a pawn up. But yeah. Yeah, he went knight a4. Clearly plays very concrete chess. This I have to say. Just not like a good thing or a bad thing, just an observation. Knight d7, queen e4, knight c5, takes. Rook b1 or something. Yeah, it looks very, very good. I can also just win a pawn, but...
Elham made another draw.
Wow. Congrats, Sam.
We want him to win a game. I mean, he's going to be such a force when he starts.
Yeah, but let's take the draws for now. Okay, knight d7. Knight d7. Knight f4. Knight c5. Knight c5. Bishop c5. Knight e6. That's the problem. Okay, maybe I have to go queen c7. Man, I can just cannot calculate today. This is not impressive. Not at all. Yeah. I can do this. I can do rook d8, queen e5, takes, knight d7, bishop d4. Yeah. Should do it probably. Queen c3, there's knight d5, so he doesn't have much choice. Yeah, I didn't want him to take on, but we're trading. We're trading a few more pieces than I would like. So I will have good winning chances, but by no means a guaranteed win here. And frankly, I thought my position warranted more than what I'm getting here. Or maybe that was just unrealistic. Yeah, so he's going for this. And we're trading a bunch of pieces. Okay, rook d2 looks normal, no? Or rook d3. Maybe rook d3 is better. Looking at some funny lines now, like rook d3, knight f4. Maybe I have to knight f4, a5, but those lines didn't work. This doesn't work either, or maybe it does. I'm not sure. Okay, I have to go for it. So he's taking on e6. Then I take back, rook e4. Now if c2 he has, he does have rook d4, but then I have rook to d5. This is what I missed at the beginning. And then I have a winning rook ending. I mean, he has to go with his king to h2, but then I just take on f2, and his king is stalemated. He has nowhere to go, so then I can just win as I please. So yeah, this rook d5 move is clearly what he missed, and then I also missed it at first, so that makes sense. And then that's game. Okay, we're back. We're back at least with one win. That's nice. It wasn't easy though. Okay, I'm just saying this game is over because he somebody saying he missed knight b3. I don't think there was knight b3 because my bishop was protecting b3. So yeah,
Torbjorn is winning.
He resigned. Torbjorn is winning?
If you go to that game.
That is wonderful news.
Vincent
Manzuka. It's from Dexter. Haven't you watched Dexter?
I googled it because I thought this is a strange name. There's probably some reference I don't understand. And
Dexter is pretty good. I mean, except for the last few seasons. You should watch it. You have enough spare time. Where is Vincent Manzuka? Is he white or black?
Apparently he has already
won. So okay.
Great round. How is Aryan doing?
I don't know. Aryan is playing YF chess. Yang Fan Zhu. It's kind of decent, no? I think he's kind of decent. One of the better English talents. Aryan has sacrificed a pawn. He does seem to have excellent compensation, but you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. I'm actually not gonna have any more pasta. I'll do that later, but thank you so much.
Are you enjoying the oven?
I am enjoying the oven. Yeah, so happy to get a win there, guys. Maybe now I can relax, because last few games it's not easy to relax when you're sort of expected to win and then you don't. And Mr. Aryantari is he's looking pretty winning. So, and Spurs haven't scored yet. Wow, 1-0. Can you believe it, Mr. Hammer?
No.
And you benched your Liverpool defense guy.
I did.
Who doesn't play, by the way, but still. One G4. I'm not gonna play one G4. I already did H3 and we got a nice normal game after that. I don't wanna play nonsense. Knight F4? Why did you do that, Mr. Tari? Go back. Knight D5. Tonight is no good on F4.